Hey everyone, with Marvel Spider-Man just around the corner, I wanted to make a video going over why I'm personally excited for this game. So let's get started. Insomniac is developing Spider-Man. For those of you who don't know, Insomniac have created massive hit games such as Spyro the Dragon and Ratchet & Clank. Even one of their most recent games, Sunset Overdrive, has an 81% on Metacritic. These guys arguably haven't made one bad game since they've been around, and it's clear that they really love this character. Brian Enahart, the creative director on Spider-Man PS4, could have picked any Marvel character to make a game on, and he went with Spider-Man even though the track record for these games haven't been the best. That actually brings me to my next point. We haven't got a good Spider-Man game in years. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was, let's be honest, garbage. The first game, while better, still isn't anything special. And then there's Edge of Time, which has a pretty cool story, but the gameplay just fell short. The last good Spider-Man game, in my opinion, was Shattered Dimensions, and it's not even open worlds. So it's been quite some time since we've got an actual good Spider-Man game, and even longer if we're talking about open worlds. I also want to mention web swinging. This, for many fans, is probably the most important thing that Insomniac gets right. Because with an open world, you'll have to go to point A, to point B, to point C, and the way you do that in this game is web swinging. You're going to be doing it throughout the entire game, so it's important that it's fun. And trust me, it really is. I've said this in a few videos now, but I honestly think this is the best web swinging, and I've only played around with it for 30 minutes. Seriously, ask anyone who's played this game, they'll tell you how good, fluid, and fun it feels when you swing around the city. The same goes for combat. There's so many different animations, combos, and gadgets that you can use in a fight. Not to mention, different suits in the game will have various abilities that you could use as well. Again, this is some of the best combat and web swinging we've ever had in a Spider-Man game. Now, of course, there's also a story in this game. Obviously, I can't speak that much to it because the details are kind of scarce, but what I can say is I'm glad Insomniac is going the route of a completely new story. This isn't connected to any of the movies. I mean, Peter's older, MJ works at the Daily Bugle, and even Miles Morales is in this game. The big bad guy is Mr. Negative, who I personally don't know much about, so I'm excited to learn more about him. Is it possible that this story could be generic in some ways? Sure. But overall, I'm excited to learn more about this new Spider-Man than anything else. I really couldn't think of a better studio to make this game. It also helps that they probably had the longest development time compared to other developers. I mean, Beenox released 4 Spider-Man games from 2010 to 2014. But yeah, that's why I'm excited for Marvel Spider-Man. I've always loved this character, and even though some of the games are pretty bad, I've still played them all the way through. With that said, I still think this will be one of the best Spider-Man games to date, and even one of the best superhero games.
It's over. Come on, dude, let's go. Miles!
PlayStation